Welcome, it's Mixed Media Mayhem. I'm also going to use my counterfeit kit challenge, and we are scrap lifting Angelica deBruin, and this is the page, and like I said, counterfeit kit challenge, and I pulled out a whole bunch of stuff. So I did cut my pictures down to just shy of 3x3. I pulled out this stencil and this stencil. So this one is called Sunflower Mandala. And then this one, I don't know what the name is, but the code is right here. So, but I've had these two for a while and I don't know if I've ever used them. So I also picked out a whole bunch of stuff from my stash, some LA Edwards, some Studio Calico, these really old rub-ons, some dollar store stickers, all sorts of different music bits. So all my music stuff I have in one folder together, so that was pretty easy to find. And on the scrap lift, Angelica has a mandala beside her upper photo. So, and this is the paper. Give me some pie from Hip Kit Club. So what I thought I would do is try and I'm just going to experiment for a second before I do it on my page, because I don't want to do this on my page and it mess up my paper. But I'm going to smush the ink on the stencil. So normally you'd lift it up and you'd want what was left, but I'm going to smush the ink. Then I'm going to take my water in my spray bottle and I'm going to add some water. And then I'm going to flip it over on this other piece of cardstock that I have just hanging out here. And I want to see what it does. Because if it's too wet, I have to try it again. And if it's not wet enough and doesn't make it, then I don't want to do it either. And so I was super happy how this turned out. So I just took that printer paper and smushed it on top. And now it's really wet and I can't reuse it at the moment. So I just grabbed another piece of printer paper that's in my craft room. I'm going to put these ones away. That was my backup plan. And I'm going to situate this so it's easy to do. So first off, I'm going to put my picture where I want it to go. And in the scrap lift, she has it right up against the edge. So that's where my plan is to have it to start with. I shimmied over just the tiniest bit, but that's okay. Then I'm just looking at where I want it to go. And so I know that some of it will get covered, but I want a good portion of it available to be covered if needed. But I also want a spot where I can flip it without getting all messy, because I will make a mess if I'm not careful on this one. So, and I do make a mess, but later. So I'm like, where did I put my water? Oh, right back where I should have put it. And so I'm just gonna do this again, spray it. I have a little more water on it this time, and that's okay. I don't mind the little bit of bleed that it should do. And then I'm just gonna pick it up carefully. And there's a little piece of fabric that came off from my ink pad, and situate it, drop it, and then take this piece of printer paper and then just smush it down and soak up some of the extra. And I'm super happy with how that turned out. So I'm just going to skip ahead here. I went and cleaned that up. I thought I would continue on, and then I'm going to go put this down and go, oh, there is like ink everywhere. Ink everywhere. Ugh. So I cleaned up everything, but I didn't make you watch it. And so then these rub-ons I've had for eons. They're at least 16 years old. So I was not entirely sure if they'd actually work or not, because who knows? And then I've had these stickers for a really long time too. And I pulled out this other banner kind of sticker. So I want my title to be Amazing Music. And I kind of want it to overlap like that. And I thought about using this piece like a banner piece. And I thought, well, maybe here. It's the treble clef that is giving me trouble. And yep, no, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. I could have cut the treble clef off and had it coming out of my picture, and that would have been pretty cool, but I don't do that. I don't use this piece at all. That's okay. I see these other little rub-ons, and so I go, well, this will work here for now. So I'm just going to cut these out around it, because the more I can keep on this sheet, the better. And so I do want this at an angle. That's like how Angelica has it in hers. And my picture's a little bigger, but that's okay. And so I want this nestled. I want them like I know I want this, and I'm like, I should get this other stencil on first. So I pulled out the other stencil with the music stuff on it, and I'm trying to figure out which way is up because I am not a music person and there's no treble clef on it. So I'm like, oh, it goes this way. And figured that out for the name on the bottom. So yay me. And then I go get my pearl white stencil butter. And so I'm just going to smush it through the stencil, but I'm not going to do the full line. So I'm going to do a little bit on, I'm going to line it up with the grid on my paper in the background. And then I'm just going to smush some here, and then a little bit in the next line, and some in the next one, and fill in just a little bit more, and a little bit in the bottom. And I didn't really need to do the bottom one, but that's okay. And so I'm happy with that. This pearl white gives a really good sheen, and you can kind of see it picking up with the light above me with the sheen. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's easy to use. So doing the same thing up here, but over top of the mandala a little bit. The mandala is dry already. If it was still a little wet, it would pull a little bit of the blue through in the pearl, and that would have been okay too. I just wouldn't have been able to put it back into the bin for those. And so here, this is close up just to give you an idea, and continuing on. And so I'm going to put this amazing down right away because I know for sure I want to use this piece, because in the scrap lift there are some banner flag pieces. And then I'm going to speed this up because yep, we're drying. I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to back my photos in this blue. I'm not going to make you watch that. And then I'm going to start thinking about how I want to do some of this on the page while it's got a little bit of drying left. So these cork pieces I think were from Ali Edwards. I pulled out some other blue pieces that I'm just looking at auditioning. I don't know, maybe I have these felt pieces that I think are Ali Edwards too. They could be Stu Calico, but I'm pretty sure they're Ali Edwards. And that is now dry enough that it's not going to smudge or smear. It's like the tiniest bit tacky, but nothing that I have to worry about. And so I'm going to get these rub-ons down here. I am so impressed they worked. Like literally at least 16 years old. Probably more than that because my daughter's almost 17 and I definitely know that I had them before her. So just using a popsicle stick to get them on and just going really slowly at it. It looks fast because I've sped it up, but quite slowly, and then they actually do come on. And then I'm not ripping it off really fast either. I'm double checking to see if it all came off. There's a couple that were a little bit more stubborn, and I just made sure that I was going to get them on. And so I'm going to do this bottom corner first. I was going to put that one on, and it says these little moments. It's actually going to go back there in a while, and then these heartfelt pieces. I love the texture that they give this page, and they're so fun. And then I noticed that there was some stamping with she's got a different kind of circle stamp, and I didn't mean to drop it there, but I dropped it there, and oh well. It'll change my design just a little bit from what I was planning, and that's okay. So looking at some different ones, so I'm gonna get some of these cork ones on definitely, and then thinking about where I'm gonna put these foam pieces, and I do want to use up the rest of this line of music notes for the rub-on because I will just lose them otherwise. So might as well get them on. And so this heart's going to go here. This next one, I put down my zots on my page and one of them comes off on my page. But I put the dimension on that one and pulled the other one off my page. Put the treble clef on overlapping on the picture, and I like that a lot there. This one's going to go here. I could have used the bigger ones, but meh, not a big deal. I'm going to pull that one off and put another music note on this side just to fill in that little spot. And then I'm going to push this down into the black, and I was trying to use my tweezers and my popsicle stick so I wasn't going to get all full of black and then get black all over my page, but that didn't really help me out at all. So I am putting a little piece of white cardstock underneath to cover up the hole, and that's great. Looking at some of these other pieces, nope. I am going to put this one on, which says good music affects the soul. I'm looking for some others. So that one says right now. And then I thought, we'll just get the last of this right on underneath the word stickers. And again, being careful to get it all on, but meh. And now I've got the black on my it was probably probably from the camera, but yep, smudge black. So I did wipe off my hands and try this again, and that one didn't stick, and now this is clogged, and so unclogging it with a really little pin because I don't want to wreck the nozzle on it. Got the other cork music notes on where those circles are, and then I pulled out these currently listing 2 from Ali Edwards, and I'm just gonna pop this tealy one underneath, and it matches the teal with the word stickers, and then this one's kind of a similar teal too, and these ones are also some fun ones. So it says daily adventure and I heart this, and then the bottom one says these little moments because I did put it back on there. And then I got some more black on, but oh well, the date goes on. This was July 2023. We were at Folk Fest. And so how I'm going to fix all of my messy black is I am just going to make it messier. So I put some acetate over top of my pictures, and I am just going to splatter everywhere around everywhere, and everywhere I had a whoops. So that's what it looks like. It's all done now. Here's some close-ups. If you liked my video today, I would appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I would love to have you here. If you haven't checked out the other ladies for Mixed Media Mayhem, I'll have some of them linked below. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a great day.